Let's be honest for a second. Just take a moment, feel your shoulders. Are they tense?
Mm.
Is there that kind of low hum of exhaustion just there in the background of your day?
Yeah, I think a lot of people know that feeling.
If you're nodding along, well, you're definitely not alone. We're talking about burnout today. That, pervasive, soul-sucking sense of being utterly fried, physically,
It's
mentally.
everywhere. And the numbers we're seeing, they're not just statistics. They're really almost a siren call.
Totally. We found 77% of millennials, 72% of Gen Z reporting burnout symptoms. And here's the real kicker.
Go on.
Our latest analysis here at the Urban Herald suggests a shocking 84% of millennials are grappling with it right now in 2025.
84%. Wow, it's not just a problem, it's really an epidemic. It's reshaping daily life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's emerging from our research here at the Urban Herald is this really fascinating, almost intuitive response people are having to all this stress.
Right. It's not the usual advice, is it? Like lean in harder or optimize everything.
No, forget that. Instead, we're seeing this profound, almost primal therapeutic shift.
Mm.
Adults turning to coloring books,
Mm-hmm.
adorning their spaces with cute kawaii stickers, finding comfort in weighted stuffed animals, painting their homes in these vibrant, playful colors. It's like a quiet revolution.
A quiet revolution. I like that. And it's not just some fleeting fad
Right.
or simple escapism.
Not at all.
This is what we, the team here at the Urban Herald, are digging deep into today. This phenomenon we're calling therapeutic childhood.
Mm.
It's where these seemingly whimsical, almost childlike aesthetics and activities are actually being used as, well, scientifically backed tools, sophisticated ones even.
For emotional regulation, for mental health restoration.
Yeah,
Think of it like a calculated counterattack against these unprecedented levels of modern stress.
a way to reclaim some calm, some joy.
Exactly. And this movement, contrary to what some might think, it isn't about regression. It's not about becoming a child again.
Right.
It's an intelligent coping mechanism. It's anchored in psychology, in neuroscience, in behavioral therapy. It's about consciously embracing elements of childhood comfort to navigate these really complex adult realities.
So welcome to the Urban Herald. Today we're unpacking the layers of this really compelling phenomenon. We'll explore its roots, the surprising science, its broader cultural implications.
All drawn directly from our research.
Exactly. So let's start at the beginning. Why? Why are Gen Z and millennials in particular so deeply, profoundly fried?
Well, the data paints a pretty stark picture. It really is a generational mental health crisis, and it's hitting hard and fast.
How fast?
Our findings show Gen Z and millennials are reaching peak burnout at an astonishingly young age. The average is just 25.
25. That's incredibly young to feel completely drained compared to previous generations.
Nearly 2 decades earlier. Previous generations typically didn't face this level of intense stress until maybe around age 42.
Wow. 2 decades, and it's widespread, you said.
Oh, yeah. We're seeing 66% of millennials reporting moderate to high burnout.
Yep.
56% of Gen Z workers dealing with workplace burnout.
And their overall well-being reflects this.
Definitely. Only about 45% of Gen Z, 47% of millennials rate their personal well-being as above average. That's less than half. It shows a systemic problem, clearly.
It really does. Which raises the question, what makes these generations so uniquely susceptible? What are the pressures?
They've navigated, well, an era just defined by relentless compounding pressures. Think about it.
Wait.
Persistent economic uncertainty, for one. Then there's the constant, often toxic, social media comparison culture that really amplifies feelings of inadequacy.
Oh, for sure. The endless scroll.
Right. Plus the existential weight of climate anxiety.
What do you-
And of course, we can't forget the lingering disruption from the global pandemic. It just upended traditional life milestones for so many.
It's a relentless onslaught. That really does explain a lot. It's clearly more than just working long hours, isn't it?
Much more.
Even things like quiet quitting, where people just do the bare minimum at work.
Our research suggests that's not laziness. It's more like a desperate defensive strategy.
Stemming from that pervasive workplace stress bleeding into personal lives,
Yeah.
fueled by this deep desire for better work-life balance. It's like a quiet plea for sanity, as you said.
Exactly.
What we're really observing is this kind of collective burnout, and it's prompting these generations to actively seek out new, maybe even unconventional ways to handle their emotional self-care.
Because the traditional methods,
Yeah,
there's just not enough.
often, yeah. Things like just exercise more or meditate daily, they can feel woefully inadequate when you're facing such huge systemic challenges. They need something more, maybe more immediately accessible.
Right. It feels like trying to patch a giant hole with a tiny Band-Aid sometimes. So if those grand self-care gestures aren't cutting it, what is working? This brings us to what you called micro-emotional escapes.
Exactly. These are tiny, almost imperceptible breaks that just inject symbolic comfort into the daily chaos.
Like doodling.
I do that.
Totally. That unconscious doodling during a dull meeting or instinctively squeezing a stress ball during a tough call.
Ah, okay.
They're incredibly accessible, often affordable, immediately available. You can grab a squishy toy during a video call, mindfully colored during lunch, or just surround your workspace with things in soothing pastel colors.
I definitely find myself doing that, and it genuinely seems to help. But scientifically, are these just like nice distractions, or is something deeper happening in our brains?
Oh, deeper. They activate on multiple, quite sophisticated psychological levels.
How so?
Well, they provide sensory stimulation. That grounds you in the present, pulls you away from just ruminating on worries.
Okay.
They also beautifully activate positive memories, often from childhood, which helps counteract current stress. And crucially, they offer this subtle sense of control, of mastery, which burnout tends to erode.
Control, right. That makes sense. And physically.
Physically, our data shows these kinds of activities help regulate the nervous system. They activate the parasympathetic response, your body's rest and digest mode.
Ah, the calming one.
Exactly. That lowers heart rate, lowers cortisol levels, and promotes the release of calming neurotransmitters.
Essentially, yeah, it's like your brain hitting a mini reset button.
Okay, this is where it gets really compelling for me.
Hmm.
The science behind cute, or kawaii as it's known in Japan, it seems like it's way more than just liking nice things. It's rooted in evolution, neuroscience.
Absolutely. When our brains encounter things with what psychologists call baby schema characteristics.
Baby schema, like big eyes, round shapes.
Precisely. Big eyes, round shapes, soft textures, bright colors. Think of a kitten or a cartoon character. Something remarkable happens.
What's that?
Our brains instinctively activate caregiving behaviors, and they release oxytocin.
The bonding hormone.
That's the one. This response, which originally evolved to make sure we took care of infants, can be sort of therapeutically hijacked in adulthood. It triggers feelings of warmth, safety, well-being. It's our primal care instinct kicking in for ourselves. So looking at something cute literally makes us feel good and safe, even if it's just a sticker. That's incredible.
It is. And the neurological impact of kawaii culture seems to go even deeper. It might actually reshape our brains.
Reshape our brains? How?
Groundbreaking research, particularly out of Japan, indicates that people who regularly embrace kawaii aesthetics show increased gray matter.
Oh.
Yeah, increased gray matter in specific brain regions linked closely to emotional processing, empathy, and reward.
For feel-good centers.
Sort of, yeah. The areas that light up when we feel joy or connection. This strongly suggests that consistent exposure to cute stuff might literally reshape the brain in ways that actively support better mental health.
That's wild. Are there measurable outcomes?
Studies show tangible results. Enhanced focus, increased prosocial behavior being kinder, basically significant stress reduction, and improved emotional regulation. It's like giving your brain a neurological hug.
Who knew cuteness could make us feel better and potentially make us nicer and better at handling emotions? Amazing. And then there's this other concept, yami kawaii. That sounds intriguing.
Yami kawaii. It translates roughly to cute. It brilliantly combines these adorable visuals with imagery we usually associate with mental health struggles.
Like what?
Like pills, bandages, syringes. But, and this is key, it's all presented in soft pastels with charming cartoon characters.
So it's not glorifying illness.
Not at all. It's doing the opposite. It offers a culturally acceptable, aesthetically gentle way to express profound psychological struggles, but while maintaining emotional safety. It's a nuanced visual language for vulnerability. Makes hard conversations maybe a bit more approachable.
That's really subtle and clever. Okay, so from tiny objects to our whole environment. If you've been on Pinterest or TikTok lately, you cannot miss dopamine design.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere.
It really feels like the aesthetic version of this therapeutic childhood idea, and its popularity is just soaring.
It is. And this design philosophy, it actively crafts environments that stimulate immediate pleasure and comfort, but without needing a lot of cognitive effort.
So lots of bright colors.
Vibrant colors, yes. Soft, rounded shapes, playful patterns, friendly motifs. Our data showed Pinterest searches for dopamine decor surged by an astounding 280% recently.
280%.
It indicates this widespread hunger for spaces that actively support our emotional well-being, not just spaces that look good in a magazine.
Right. It's a big shift from that stark, maybe cold minimalism of the 2010s. Dopamine design feels more like maximalism, but with purpose.
Exactly. Maximalism with purpose.
Yeah.
It's not just random clutter, it's curated joy.
Yeah.
Carefully chosen things that make you feel good.
So what does this curated joy actually do for our brains and how we feel in our spaces?
Well, research in environmental psychology consistently shows our physical surroundings profoundly impact our mental health, our cognitive function. Dopamine design taps into this. It creates environments that stimulate the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine, hence the name. It reduces cognitive load because these familiar, pleasing aesthetics are easier for our brains to process. It can enhance creativity. And it promotes social connection by making spaces feel welcoming and warm. It really turns your space into a therapeutic tool.
So it's not just decorating, it's like intentional environmental therapy. I love that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And we're seeing real-world applications now. Healthcare facilities using these principles report better patient outcomes. Workplaces embracing playful design see higher employee satisfaction, even productivity gains.
That makes total sense. It's a truly holistic approach, isn't it?
It is. Recognizing that healing happens not just through, say, medicine, but through thoughtful, intentional engagement with our physical surroundings. That marks a big shift in how we approach well-being.
Okay, let's talk about another practical tool, one that kind of quietly became a sensation, adult coloring books.
Right.
What started as maybe a quirky novelty has kind of astonishingly evolved into a recognized therapeutic thing. I know I have one near my desk for stressful weeks.
Yeah. And there's solid science behind why they work. Studies consistently show that guided coloring, especially mandalas, significantly reduces anxiety levels.
How does it do that? What's the mechanism?
It works on several levels. First, it demands focused attention, right? That mimics mindfulness meditation, anchoring you in the present.
Okay.
It provides bilateral brain stimulation, engaging both the logical side, choosing colors, staying in the lines, and the creative side.
Interesting. Both sides working together.
Yeah. It also offers a sense of tangible small wins. Completing a section, finishing a page, it feels good, but without high stakes. And then there's the simple tactile experience, the paper, the pencils, which provides sensory grounding.
So it's not just mindless filling in, it's the intention behind it, the brain activity it sparks. That makes perfect sense.
Exactly. Mindful intention is key.
And speaking of sensory stuff, the stigma around adult comfort objects seems to be dissolving fast.
Absolutely. Weighted blankets, fidget toys, stress balls, even stuffed animals. They're now recognized for their legitimate function in emotional regulation and anxiety management.
What's the neuroscience there? Why do these things work?
It's fascinating. Weighted items use deep pressure therapy to stimulate that calming parasympathetic nervous system.
Like a hug, basically.
Sort of, yeah. Different textures provide tactile stimulation that can ground an anxious mind. Soft, cuddly objects can actually trigger oxytocin release, similar positive feelings to human touch.
Wow.
And familiar objects can gently access positive childhood associations, tapping into this sort of comforting wellspring of emotional resources.
That's incredibly insightful, like a tangible neurological hug, as you said earlier. And there's research backing this up.
Oh yes, a compelling 2020 study found weighted blankets significantly reduce anxiety in psychiatric patients. Research on fidget toys consistently shows they help folks with ADHD, anxiety, and on the autism spectrum manage focus and stress.
Right, so they're not crutches.
Definitely not. They are intelligently designed tools. Just like we wouldn't judge someone for needing glasses, these comfort objects are adaptive, smart responses to stressors that often just exceed our natural coping capacity.
Where do people find these things?
They're becoming much more common. You can find them readily in sensory shops, many home goods stores now, and of course online wellness retailers.
Good to know. Okay, let's maybe zoom out a bit and look at the broader landscape. Our smartphones, often blamed for making us anxious, are kind of paradoxically becoming hubs for these digital therapeutic childhood experiences too.
It's a huge area of growth. The mental health app market, valued at nearly $7.5 billion in 2024, is projected to soar, like possibly over $17 billion by 2030.
17 billion! That's incredible!
It signals a major adaptation. Tech companies are smartly incorporating gamification, cute aesthetics, user-friendly, almost childlike designs.
What kind of apps are we talking about?
We're seeing a surge in kawaii mental health apps, virtual pet care platforms that offer a sense of companionship, mindfulness games, aesthetic wellness apps designed purely to soothe. And our research shows these apps are particularly effective for Gen Z and millennials when the visuals really align with their preferences.
Makes sense. And this whole cultural shift, it's also driving big economic changes, right?
Mhm.
Creating what we've called the comfort economy.
Definitely. This isn't just clever marketing. It's a fundamental shift in what people prioritize when they buy things. It has profound implications across loads of industries.
How profound.
Well, look at the global wellness economy, valued at a staggering $6.3 trillion in 2023, projected to hit $9 trillion by 2028, and it's strategically integrating these therapeutic childhood elements.
Like what?
We're seeing the rise of the kidult consumer segment, adults buying toys and games for themselves. A whopping 81% of consumers explicitly say they prioritize comfort over style now.
81%.
Yeah. Explosive growth in emotional support products. Playful transformations of workplace design. It's a profound revaluation of market value. Consumers are willing to pay a premium for emotional well-being, sometimes over traditional things like performance or status.
And this isn't just a Western thing, is it? The term might be new-ish, but the idea resonates globally.
Absolutely right. In Japan, kawaii culture is deeply integrated into society, way beyond just products. It's a way of being.
Right.
Scandinavian countries have Hege and similar comfort-focused philosophies emphasizing coziness, well-being. American interpretations often focus more on individual empowerment, maybe productivity through comfort, seeing it as a performance enhancer.
Different flavors, same core need.
Exactly. The sustained growth of the global wellness economy just shows these are universal human needs. Comfort, connection, emotional regulation in a world that feels increasingly complex and demanding.
So looking ahead, what's next? Are there emerging trends suggesting this is going to become even more sophisticated, more integrated?
The horizon looks really interesting. We're starting to see AI personalize cute content based on individual emotional states, maybe even responding to biometric data from wearables.
Oh.
Virtual and augmented reality are being used to create immersive therapeutic environments. Imagine like biometric responsive spaces that adjust lighting or sound based on your stress levels.
Or personalized kawaii algorithms just for you.
Exactly. Or even prescription aesthetics, where healthcare providers might formally recommend certain aesthetic interventions as part of treatment.
So you could see this integrated into formal healthcare, workplace wellness, even schools.
It seems plausible, yeah. But for the individual listener right now, how can someone integrate these ideas without spending a fortune?
Good question.
It really is more about mindful intention than a big budget. The most effective strategies focus on consistent, small, micro moments of comfort woven throughout your day. Maybe brief coloring sessions or using a sensory toy as part of your morning ritual. Adding a cute mug, a soft mouse mat, a small stress toy to your workspace. Using weighted blankets or calming aromatherapy when you wind down in the evening.
And sharing it.
Yes, don't keep it totally to yourself. Share these activities with friends. Adult board game nights, group coloring sessions, even just sharing cute pictures online.
It's about approaching these things mindfully, recognizing their therapeutic purpose, not just seeing them as silly indulgences.
Precisely. But as researchers, we also need to acknowledge the criticisms and limitations. It's important to have a balanced view.
Absolutely. What are some of the concerns?
Well, some critics worry that embracing childlike things might encourage avoiding adult responsibilities or maybe infantilize complex problems.
Okay, I can see that argument.
Others raise valid concerns about the commercialization of mental health companies just trying to profit from vulnerability or even cultural appropriation,
Yeah.
particularly around kawaii.
Right, so it's important to distinguish what? Maladaptive avoidance versus adaptive coping.
Exactly. Therapeutic childhood, when used well, is about building resilience and finding peace within your life, not running away from it.
And the commercialization risks are real. Consumer education about what's evidence-based versus just marketing hype is crucial.
Definitely. And the adoption of kawaii outside Japan does raise important questions about respectful cultural exchange versus appropriation that need careful consideration.
And ultimately, critics are right that personal comfort strategies alone can't fix the systemic causes of burnout, like impossible workloads or economic precarity.
Correct. These strategies are vital personal tools, absolutely. But they aren't a societal panacea. They are part of a holistic wellness strategy, complementing broader societal changes that are also needed.
So going back to the science for a moment, this neuroscience of aesthetic healing, It's getting more sophisticated, right? We understand more about how looking at pleasing things affects the brain.
Yes, increasingly so. Pleasing visuals activate the same reward pathways involved in things like social bonding or eating food we enjoy,
Sure.
dopamine release. But what's really revolutionary is understanding how cute stimuli, specifically, can help regulate that default mode network, the part of the brain involved in mind-wandering and rumination.
Ah, the overthinking part.
Kind of, yeah. It helps quiet that down. It activates dopamine pathways to lift mood, accesses positive childhood memories, and even triggers caregiving responses that promote self-compassion.
So this research suggests that therapeutic childhood isn't just psychological comfort, it's actually a measurable neurological intervention.
That's what the evidence is pointing towards. It has real implications for potentially supplementing traditional therapies for depression, anxiety, even PTSD.
Wow. So wrapping up, the undeniable rise of therapeutic childhood, it feels like it reflects this broader, really important societal realization that our old ways of dealing with stress, work, success, they're literally making us sick.
I think so.
Right.
The burnout statistics aren't about individual failures. They signal systemic failures that demand new kinds of solutions.
And this intuitive, almost defiant turn towards childlike comforts, it isn't weakness, is it?
Hmm.
Or regression?
From our perspective here at the Urban Herald, it's a powerful signal of adaptive intelligence. It's humanity finding new, maybe unexpected ways to heal itself.
And here at the Urban Herald, our team is dedicated to exploring exactly these kinds of things, what truly drives urban culture, finding those surprising, sometimes counterintuitive insights. This movement, it offers something really precious, I think.
What's that?
Explicit permission. Permission to prioritize emotional well-being in a culture that just relentlessly demands endless, often unfulfilling productivity.
That's a great way to put it. So what does this all mean for you, our listener?
Yeah.
In a world that often demands constant pushing, always doing more, maybe the most radical, most healing act isn't to push even harder. Maybe it's allowing ourselves that gentle, profound comfort that something as simple as cute can so surprisingly provide.
We really encourage you to embrace that permission, prioritize your emotional well-being, explore this colorful, comforting path to healing in your own life. You might just be surprised at what you discover.